Globally, we see a year-by-year increase of natural disasters, which is caused by global warming. And one major factor of global warming is an increased electricity consumption. So 2/3 of the global energy consumption is used by the corporates, and therefore the corporates have the obligation to play a leading role in reversing climate change. Yeah, there are certainly various options and which exist in general. And it always, of course, depends on the requirements of the corporate, also on where are the locations where they need some solution, and that then defines the solution for the specific location. Another options for the corporates to consider is buying renewable energy certificates. According to the countries or the regions, there are specific certificates available, like the guarantees of origin in Europe, or like the renewable energy certificates in the US, the RECs, or in Australia, the large generation certificates, the LGCs. From an international perspective, there are IRECs available. So there are various categories which are available based on the region where you are or on the country where you're located. Another option a corporate can consider are, for example, on-site solutions. That's usually constructing a solar rooftop on the existing roofs, or a smaller ground-mounted solar installation just next to, within the vicinity and next to the production location. That's especially interesting in countries where the regulation does not allow for buying large volumes of green power through the grid. And it also decreases the energy demand which has to be bought from the electricity supplier. And of course, another option are the power purchase agreements, which are at the moment very much discussed. So the first two types of PPAs are off-site PPAs and on-site PPAs. Off-site PPAs, under off-site PPAs, electricity is channeled into the grid, and on-site PPAs are based on self-consumption. And under an off-site PPA structure, you then have different kinds of other structures, like a physical PPA, a financial PPA, or a virtual PPA, however you might call it, and a sleeve PPA. When considering which PPA structure to go with, from my perspective, there are three major aspects to think about. The first one is, of course, the country-specific regulatory framework, and then the internal energy buying strategy. And third, are there any accounting regulations which could, for instance, prevent buying power under a virtual PPA? There's a new type of deal structure, what we are seeing and also experience. That's the aggregation PPA, where a number of corporates come together and sign individual contracts, but buying a certain share of power output from a renewable energy generator. I think what makes it very attractive is the fact that also smaller companies can sign these kind of deals, because then they can buy cost-effective power from a larger generation source.